I'm back. I'm back for another video, obviously, as you can see. Let me adjust my camera. All right, so as you can see, the title of this video today, y'all, that's what we're going to be talking about, okay? These are the tips and tricks I do, okay? And I have been very successful at it. And I just wanted to share them with y'all because I think this will be helpful for y'all too. Especially like sometimes, you know, even though you've been doing customer service for a very long time, you tend to forget these things, you know, and it's good to learn from one person to from another because I sometimes get curious on how other agents handle certain situations, but this is how I go about. And then sometimes when I be conferencing calls or whatever like that, I sometimes want to hear the conversation itself, but depending on the company you work for, you're not allowed to hold on. You know what I'm saying? To listen to what the other agent have to assist the customer with. So once you introduce the call, you got to drop it off right away, or that would be considered call avoidance or whatever, depending on the call center rules. You know what I'm saying? So, but I always been curious to see like how certain people handle certain situations when it comes to an irate customer or just assisting, you know, different mistakes, because not only do I deal with irate customers in a way that I think is appropriate, I also deal with accounts too, like when they come on my line, how sometimes they can always be, yeah. So these are my tips and tricks on how I improve on customer satisfaction and why I think it's very important, you know, because you want to build that rapport with the customer. You want to build that relationship with the customer so they have a great experience. Not only are they having a great experience, they won't forget you. Because a lot of them, they'll want to ask for your name and your extension number and then your supervisor, you know, and let the supervisor know how great of a job you've done to assist them, you know, and that's a great feeling. So these are the ways that I go about handling these calls. So the first one, of course, when they come on the line, depending on what it is, you let them vent. Even though they're not upset or yelling at you, still they want to be heard. Let them be heard. Let them shine. It's their time to shine. They're calling you. So let them, you know, express themselves and say what they have to say, you know. And I've noticed that that helps me out a lot because as they're expressing their feelings, I'm catching up on the keywords that I know that, okay, so this is why they're calling for. Most likely this is what I will be helping them with. So I just either sometimes pull up my notepad and type it up or just write it down. I do either or. And then once they're done, you know, you want to apologize for the situation. You want to say, hey, you know, I'm so sorry for the situation that you have experienced, or I'll be frustrated too if I was in your shoes. Let's see what we can do here to help you, you know? And, you know, and that kind of calm them down a little bit. You know, sometimes depending on a customer, they'll still be expressing their feelings as they provide you with the information that you're asking for. So just try to pull up their account and see what it is, guys. Every time I take it, I go about it this way, I've noticed that the customer is much calmer and they feel more comfortable with me, speaking to me and opening up to me. And guys, once I pull up their account, why is there always something wrong with their account? Why is it like always something like I have to make corrections on or explain or apologize for a previous agent that didn't do something the right way? Like, it's so frustrating at times, but you know, you just got to do your job. You know, that's what it consists of. And that's probably sometimes why the customers are calling in, because they're giving wrong information or their account is completely messed up. They're not set up the way they're supposed to be set up. So that's another thing, y'all. That's another thing that I've noticed a lot, and that actually helps you as a customer service representative to be better at. You know what I'm saying? Because right now you're just like training yourself and training yourself to take things step by step, you know? Like, so when the customer is calling in, you know, hey, this customer is going to want to express their feelings, they're going to want to vent, I'm going to let them do that. And then after that, I'm going to have to use some empathy. And then after that, I'm going to have to get their account information so I can pull it up and look into it while they're expressing their feelings. And then after that, you want to paraphrase and make sure that, hey, you know, so this is what we will be assisting you with today. Is that correct? You know, if it's yes, awesome. If it's no, then you want to make sure that you are assisting them the way they want to be assisted. You know what I'm saying? So then after that, you know, you go ahead and make sure that you always enter your notes, y'all, because these companies nowadays are big on notes. Big on notes. And me, they were like, oh, make it as short as possible. I don't know how to make my notes as short as possible, especially if the customer is calling you about several different things besides what they're really calling you about. I don't know how to. So I just put a whole paragraph if I have to. Be like, oh, you want me to put notes? I'll put notes. I'll add notes. Here are your notes. You know, but you want to make sure that you're entering the notes. You want to cover your assets because especially when you do call center job, you already know these people are listening to your calls. You know, they're making sure that you're following the steps that they trained you on. So you just want to follow those steps, you know, and just make sure that, hey, you know, I apologize for the inconvenience. I do see where the miscommunication happened here. We'll go ahead and make the correction for you as soon as possible. Guys, when you apologize, it's free. You don't have to pay for it. So why is this so hard for you to say, I apologize? I know you didn't do it. It's okay. Just say it. It's free. It's like if I had to pay to apologize, I wouldn't say it at all. Because who? Who finna pay for every time that I have to apologize? Not me. But because it's free, just say it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just one of those things where it makes people feel better. That word makes people feel better. I mean, it really does. So just use it. And make sure that before the customer gets off your line, that you have completed everything that they ask of you. Make sure that you do that, guys, because you don't want the customer to keep calling back. You know what I'm saying? Because your information is already timestamped. It's showing that you spoke to the customer already. So what is it that you did not do to assist this customer? Why is this customer calling back? You can't make everybody happy, guys. It's hard to make human beings happy. You know, they call you for one thing and it's always more than that one thing. You know, so that's why it's always important to make sure that you have assisted them by asking, is there anything else you want me to assist you with? Because sometimes they'll forget. They'll be like, okay, because your services were so good by assisting them that they forget that they had another issue. You know what I'm saying? But just make sure that you are able to assist them with everything so they won't have to call back, you know? So just because they had a bad experience with a previous agent doesn't mean that they're going to have a bad experience with you. You switch it up. Be bubbly if you have to. You have customers calling in upset, have a calming and soothing voice. We're like babies. Adults are like babies. You know what I'm saying? We like to pout. We like to complain, you know, and if we don't get our ways, it's a problem. I'm the same way, especially if I'm paying for it. I'm the same way. So you better treat me. You better talk to me nice. Okay? You better talk to me nice because I'll be asking for your supervisor and your manager at the same time. So you better, but no, just to be honest with you guys, be calm and you know, just, you know, show a lot of empathy. A lot of empathy. And then just like, you know, and just proceed and go along with assisting them on their account. And if it gets to a point where, you know, the customer is very upset, do not make them more upset by bringing up, oh, I see that this was entered incorrectly in your account. I'm going to go ahead and fix it, because that's going to frustrate them even more. Okay? Just play it off and say, yeah, that's what we're here for. We'll be glad to further assist you. I'm so sorry you had a bad experience. We'll make sure that this is taken care of on our end for you. And that's it. All right? And then just make sure that you can hear when somebody's okay. You can hear when somebody's satisfied. You can tell when somebody's satisfied, because they can either express it to you or their tone of voice is different over the phone with you. Just like you can tell when somebody's angry because they're shouting at you, right? So that's how I go about things, y'all, dealing with customers. Even though they done yelled at me and shouted at me or whatever, I know how to calm a customer down. Now, depending on what the customer needs is, if they had a bad experience, like calling in like 3 times and they're getting transferred from one place to another, now that's going to be very hard for me to probably try to tame that customer, like not tame them, but to calm them down, and they're wanting to speak to a supervisor. But there's other ways to go about it, y'all. There's other ways to handle the calls. It's just really easy. You just got to believe in yourself and want to do it and want to do the work, you know? But it's just like, it's really easy, guys. It's really easy. You gotta come up with your own style. You know, you gotta come up with a way where you would want to be treated if you were to call in. You know, you have to create it in a way where you can remember the steps on how to improve a customer's satisfaction. Or if you can't remember it, you could jot it down or put it in a notepad. So when you look at it, it could remind you that, okay, yeah, I did this, but I didn't do that. Okay. And you don't even have to do it in the steps that I'm telling you, but just do it in the steps where you know you will remember. So by the end of the day, you'll just be like, yeah, I did this for the customer, and I did that, and I still wasn't able to calm them down. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when you want to seek another way on how to go about it. You know, you should make a list for how to deal with the irate customer, and then a list on how to deal with the impatient customer, or, you know, like make a list for different ways on how you can assist different type of customers, because there are different type of customers out there. We're all different. We handle situations differently. We deal with situations differently. So you have to go about how can you figure out how to assist a customer. It's just a mind thing, guys. It's just, all this is psychology stuff. You know what I'm saying? By the end of the day, we're all psychologists. When you work for a call center and you're a customer service agent, you are a psychologist, even though you're not certified or licensed for or have a bachelor's degree, or you are. Because why? Because people are calling you for what? For assistance. And sometimes they're telling you their life crisis, or their situations, and just want to talk to someone because they're lonely and they need someone to talk to. You're all of that. You're all of that. Plus, believe me, I had customers that call and just want to talk. They don't even need roadside assistance. They want to talk to me. Am I going to be that rude customer agent to say, I got to go because I got to go assist other customers? No, I'm going to hear them out. I'm going to talk to them. Why not? I ain't doing nothing. They call my line. That whatever the system, the dollar transfer the customer to me, I'm going to talk to the customer. Either way it goes, I'm talking to you. So, guys, these are tips on improving customer satisfaction. Treat them like how you would want someone to treat your mom or your dad or your grandma, sister, brother, whomever. Just treat people with respect, talk to people with respect, and trust me, even though the customers sometimes don't call with respect, you know what to do. You're not getting paid enough for verbal abuse. A lot of companies do not allow you hanging up on a customer, but I feel like as long as you warn a customer and they're still disrespecting you, hang the fuck up. hang the phone. You know why? Because that's a whole fucking case within itself. If you work for a company that tells you do not hang up on a customer, place them on hold to get them to speak to a supervisor, that's bullshit. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, so sorry, excuse my French, but I don't agree with that term at all, because that's a whole fucking case within itself, you know, that you can create. If you have a lawyer, like, backing you up, shit, I say go for it. But no, guys, I'm just saying, like, you know, these are the steps that I actually take, not just for irate customer, for any customer. For any customer. You could call my phone calm. I'm still going to take these steps with you. I'm still going to use these because it works for me. It works for me, y'all. And these are the steps again, okay? Just to clarify, just to make sure that you understood them. I first, as soon as I pick up the phone, depending on the call, I say my script and I let the customers express their thoughts, feelings. If they're upset, I let them vent. And then after that, I apologize, show empathy on the call. And then I ask for the information that's needed in order to pull up their account so I could assist them. And then I paraphrase with them a little bit just to make sure that I understood the need of the call. And then after that, I assist them with whatever they are calling about. And then I just ask, is there anything else that, no, I just let them know exactly what was done on the call. And I ask after that, is there anything else that I can assist you with? And if they don't need anything else, I just tell them thank you for their time. And it's been a pleasure assisting them. And whatever my closing is said and done. And that's it. And that's 10 tips. 10 tips I just gave y'all on how to handle your calls. 10 tips for customer service calls. 10 tips I just provided y'all with. And remember, guys, take your own, like, handle the calls the way you think is best for you. But don't forget to add these things in there, okay? You want to make sure that you let the customer vent. Let them vent. They're calling you for a reason, so you better let them express their thoughts and feelings. You better apologize to the customer. Okay? You better let them know how, you know, that you understand them completely. You better apologize for the other agent's mistake. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, you have to paraphrase, y'all. Make sure that you are understanding why the customer is calling and how you can help them. Just make sure that you do that. You don't want to assume and be like, okay, this is what he or she is calling about. Okay, I'm going to help them. No, you can't do that. It's not your account. You can't just assume and be like, okay, this is what it is. No, paraphrase with them, ask them, clarify, make sure that that's what they want. And then after that, just let them know exactly what you're doing and let them know how you're going about handling the situation for them. You know, even if you have to place them on hold, y'all, let them know, is it okay if I go ahead and place you on a brief hold for a few minutes? Don't say 1 second, because within that 1 second, your 1 second is already up. You just telling them, can I place you on hold for 1 second? Boom. Your 1 second is up. Just say a brief moment. You're not telling them, oh, I'm placing you on 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or whatever. You're just saying a brief moment. That's it. So it could be a long one or a short one. You're just not giving them a time. You're not. And after that, I mean, some of these customers could care less. As long as they know that you're assisting them and that you're fixing their problem, their issue on what they're calling about, they're willing to wait as long as you're willing to assist them. And then after that, you know, just, you know, ask that magical question. Is there anything else I can assist you with? And that's it. And do your closing and you're done. And you're done. And that is the tips that I am providing you with that will help you improve your customer satisfaction, especially if you work for a company that requires a survey after each call. Boom, there you go. There you go. Now, the company that I work for, they confuse, it's like their system, their survey system is all messed up, but that's for another video. But guys, yes, that's it. I'm not going to make this any longer. I don't want to confuse you guys, but those are the tips that I use and tricks that I use on my calls, okay? So hopefully this video was helpful. And don't forget, guys, to check out my plant channel. I just created it. It's still under construction, but it's going to get to the to where it needs to be very, very soon. Go ahead and subscribe to my plant channel and like it and watch the videos. And then, guys, I came out with the Amazon storefront, so you can check that out. A lot of people have been asking about these glasses, like these glasses where it assists me. It has like the blue screen thing on it to protect my eyes from the computers, and that's on there. So if you're interested, just click on it and then make your purchase, and I'll add more stuff on my storefront. But yeah, that's also under construction as well. But thank you so much anyway for watching my channel. If you're new, hey, 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 I see you. And if you're not new, thank you for hanging in there. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.